Hey guys, I'm back. I have another viewer requested video today. Someone asked me if I could do a review on the Vper-Tech monthly subscription boxes. So I looked it up online. It looked very similar to Knifebox, and I didn't want to throw down that much money. I mean, they're pretty expensive. They've got different levels and everything. I wanted to kind of see what kind of quality we might be dealing with first before I did that. So I got their most basic one knife of the month subscription. And then I also, since so many of you have wanted me to do something about balisongs, butterfly knives, I ordered one of the butterfly knives they had on their website so we could take a look at it. And it looks very similar to the butterfly knife that we talked about in the CSGO knives video. This could be cool, this could not. I'm gonna be brutally honest though, because the truth is I'm walking into this thinking it is M-Tech type quality. Okay, before we get into this, we've got a nice long shout out list. I'm only gonna do one shout out in this particular video. Yes, I have a lot of people on the shout out list and I have videos that I've been doing and you guys are all gonna get your shout outs, but I wanna reserve this one specifically for DV Leify. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but he helped me troubleshoot a problem. It might not seem like a big problem, but I thought that all my videos were being done in, 60 frame per second, full HD and everything, and it turns out I was wrong, and there was an issue with the editing software I use, and he helped me figure it out. So if the video quality has improved over the last couple videos, it's only because he has helped me figure this issue out. So he gets the solo solitary shout out, but everybody else that asks for one, you will get your shout outs in the following videos coming out. The reason there are two packages is because one is the monthly subscription knife, one is the butterfly knife. I don't know which is which. They're both packages are marked exactly the same, and I ordered them both on the same day. So we're just gonna have to open them up and figure out which is which. So I guess we will start with this one. Before I even open this, one more thing I forgot. Oh my gosh, the Douche Canoe Award. Oh wow, how could I have forgotten that? There were so many potential winners of the Douche Canoe Award for this video. I'm lucky I'm putting out like 3 or 4 videos this week so I can get all the douche canoes up there. And of course it all goes back to Knifebox as always. So there was someone who wanted to start commenting. Their name is The Elemental Team with hyphens in between all the words. I checked, they have nothing to do with the Elemental Knife Company whatsoever. This person started off with a one-word insult that they couldn't spell right and just progressed to get stupider and stupider to the point where their final statements were, "Your channel's stupid and I hope your kids burn to death in a fire," or something like that. I don't know, but it's pretty funny. If you guys want to go and read the back and forth between me and the Elemental Team on the Knifebox Sucks video in the comments, he absolutely earned the Douche Canoe Award. Possibly the Stupid Person Award, like of all time, but I might reserve that for Miss Alice, and if you guys have been reading the comments, you know who Alice is. We'll give Alice her Douche Canoe Award a little later on. She was in the prime running. There we go. Douche Canoe Award is given out. Hilarious back and forth though, if you wanna read it. You guys know sometimes I go off about packaging. Why? Because to me, my opinion, a company kind of, your first impression is how they package stuff. The pride they take in how they deliver their items, to me, speaks a lot, most of the time, not always, about the pride they have in what's inside the box and the value within. It's a plain unmarked box, okay? It's crushed up. It's just been put in this little bubble mailer. My first impressions here for Vper-Tech is, at least Knifebox came in a hard, rigid cardboard box with some foam in it, even though they just tossed the crap in there and let it all bang around. This is the butterfly knife, so I'm actually going to save this for second. Oh, and this is an entirely different package. This is the Knife of the Month package, Vper-Tech, which I've never heard of in my life, pretty much as expected. The Knife of the Month package is, I believe, $17.99 a month, and I will, text on the screen if I'm wrong there. I'm going to take a second, and I'm going to count to 10 in my head. Yeah, I made you sit through the entire count to 10. Now, I am going to keep in mind that, yes, this is a $17 knife subscription. Right. Okay, well, My 2-year-old is laughing at this knife in the other room. He can't even see it. He's laughing hysterically. First of all, I don't know what this is. There's goo. It's just goo. It's probably grease in there. That's what I want to see when I open my knife up. I want it to be sticky and greasy and look like, well, you guys figure out what it looks like. The clip has pretty strong retention, so that's cool. But it is not movable, so it is basically tip down carry on one side only. Fit and finish wise, I mean, it looks like it was assembled pretty decently. Edges line up, which some of the M-Techs didn't. So that's, you know, got that going for us. I'm actually just stalling from opening this thing up. I guess we have to. Yeah. A little spring assist in there, huh? 3CR13, which is not great. Alright, it's not very good steel at all, but again, $17, right? And I knew going into it, see, I can't really be that disappointed. I knew going into it that I was expecting this kind of quality. But the action is pretty smooth. The spring is not too difficult to work with. So whatever their spring assist system is, and it feels kind of like it's a coil spring mechanism, and not too strong, the knife doesn't want to jump out of your hand when you open it. So that's cool. The knife is dirty though. I hate when they come dirty, and it's probably oil and grease on the knife, but I hate it when they come dirty like that. Everybody knows how I feel about rainbow knives. Not my thing. Yeah, some people enjoy the showy flashiness of the rainbow, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my style. You know, upon further inspection, I can see, you know why there's all that grease in there? Because you can just sort of make out part of the spring behind the scale for the spring assist. If you can look really carefully as I close the knife, you see the spring moving there? So that's why it's all greasy in there. They grease that spring up real well. Let's go to the paper real quick. That's a nice edge, actually, out of the package. Now, the reason I'm having trouble cutting straight through is not because there's anything wrong with the blade. It's just because I'm trying to avoid using the serrations over there. But the sharpened belly comes out of the package very, very sharp. I am running out of hair shaving arm here, but it shaves, you can see, but it hurts. It's not as finely honed, but it's a pretty good blade. Pretty good edge, I should say, rather. The manufacturing is a little bit better than M-Tech there because, you know, the M-Tech knives squeezed. They had no structural stability. The Vper-Tech at least seems to be built and designed in a way where everything is supported and balanced, and whether the materials are better or the design is better, it's not just squeezing like a piece of plastic or a toy. I would never carry this, and that's just me. This is not my style of knife. This is something that I might put in the glove compartment or keep in a bag for an emergency or something like this. That blade steel it's going to lose that edge very quickly. Now on the flip side, you'll be able to put that edge back on very quickly because of the blade steel. It's, you know, it's a weaker kind of steel. It feels like something from experience that's going to fall apart after a while of continuous use. But throwing it out there again, for $17, you can't expect super good quality. I mean, actually, you can, because there are some knives, like some of the Ganzos and Firebirds and some other ones that have knives in that price range that are rock solid and offer really good quality. But for the most part, for a $17 knife, you're not going to find something really, really good. You're going to find things that are okay. Now, Vper-Tech doesn't advertise themselves as some kind of super great premium brand of tactical knife either. So, you know, they tell you up front, you're not going to get, you know, a Benchmade, you're not going to get a Spyderco, you're not going to get a Hinderer out of this subscription. And they have plenty of pictures on the website of the actual knives that you might receive. I'm going to let this subscription go again for another month. We'll see what we get next month. Maybe I'll increase to one of the higher levels. Maybe I won't. I just don't know right now. But there's the kind of basic quality you can expect from Vper-Tech. Now, I know there's going to be a bunch of people who are going to comment and say, hey, if you don't want it, can I have it? And there's nothing wrong with that. I understand you guys are going to be interested in this. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to send this to anyone individual. If I give it away, it's going to be part of a giveaway. I'm not just going to, you know, pick and choose a name out of the crowd to send this one to. So I'm going to ask you to please not, just to not fill up the comment section with a whole bunch of, I'll take it, or, you know, give it to me, or, you know, if you don't want it, I'll take it. Because It'll most likely be part of a giveaway in the future. So you'll get a chance to have it if you want it. Just leave it at that, okay? And I appreciate that. And I bought this for 2 reasons. Number one, I noticed that it was very similar to the knives that I saw on all the websites selling the Counter-Strike knives. And a lot of you have wanted me to take a look at some butterfly knives. You've asked me, you know, why don't you do butterfly knives? And I've told you flat out, because I'm afraid I'm going to cut my damn finger off. I am not sufficiently talented to use a butterfly knife to its fullest potential. But we'll take a look at this one. That's actually pretty nice. Spring-loaded, I don't know what you call that, a tab, a clip. But if you squeeze it, it opens up. Now, I always thought that these were supposed to lock again in the open position, but this one doesn't. I had a butterfly knife once when I was very young. My dad got me one, and it was a disaster, an unmitigated disaster. Did not go well. Oh, so let's take a look at this. First of all, there is so much play in these handles. Let's see if I can put it horizontally. Can you see that? They wiggle all over the place. Now, I don't know if they're supposed to do that. Again, not a butterfly knife guy. I'm just telling you that if I had that much horizontal blade play from any other, you know, opening folding knife, I would immediately think there's something wrong with the pivot and want to take it apart and fix it. I don't know what the tactical, you know, use of this blade is. It looks mean, and I guess that's kind of the point of a butterfly knife, is to look mean. The weight on this is very uneven also. Now, maybe you guys who have some more butterfly knowledge can tell me, is it supposed to be unevenly weighted to one side or the other? Does that help you flip it open or closed? I don't know, because the other butterfly knives that I'm familiar with are basically symmetrical. They're straight in design, and they're even on both sides. I don't like the fact that these handles don't close somehow. Well, there you go. See, that's a good illustration right there. They just don't reach each other enough to latch closed at all when the knife is open. The handle's not too uncomfortable. It's actually, I like having the big curve up towards the heel of the hand, and the way the thumb fits in there is actually a pretty comfortable, feels natural position. It's just that big gap in between, kind of your fingers fall in there, and I don't like that. So you guys, go ahead and make fun of me as much as you want. I am a butterfly moron. I would lose all my body parts if I tried to start doing fancy knife tricks with this. I would have preferred a single tone finish on the blade, honestly, but that's just me. But the blue with the kind of gunmetal gray and then the blue insets there, it's a nice looking knife. It doesn't seem to be as sharp as the Vper-Tech knife right out of the package. Well, maybe it's all on which part of the blade you use. The middle of the belly's pretty good and honed right there. Which spot are we going to use? It's not shaving very effectively, so if I really wanted to scrape that against my arm really hard, I guess I could. So it could come out of the package a little more finely honed, I guess. I don't want to offend a bunch of people here, but I'm not a fan of butterflies. I don't find the utility in them. If I was crafty and I knew how to do all the cool flips and the tricks, I might like it a little bit better. Not my thing. If I wanted a fast opening knife, I'd get one with a spring assist, or I'd get an out the front type, you know, like the Benchmade Infidel, and I'd carry that around. Truth is, there's not a lot of knives, if you tune them up and you keep them well oiled and cared for. A Kershaw I've had for quite a while, that's lightning fast. You can barely see that thing. Oh, I mean, it's like blades closed, blades open. I don't know if you actually gain anything besides the mystique of a butterfly knife, besides the fear factor of watching somebody craftfully flip open a butterfly knife in front of you and give you the fear of, oh crap, this guy knows how to fight. Now, style-wise, yeah, they look cool. And I know a lot of people that collect butterfly knives. Benchmade, the whole company, the reason their logo is a butterfly is because they started by producing ballet songs in the first place. That's where they came from. So I know there's a big market for them. It's not my thing personally, but I know you guys want to see more of them. So I'm going to do a little comparison of a few different butterfly knives, and we'll take a look at them too. This will also find its way into the giveaway pile. It's not that I don't like it. I'm never going to use it. This is not a utilitarian knife to me. This is not the kind of knife that I have a good use for. I can't ever imagine myself carrying this around. Even if it had a clip on it to where I could carry it easily in a pocket, it's probably, I mean, yeah, I could put it in my pocket without a clip, but I'm not going to. I'm just not going to. This is not the kind of thing I'm going to pull out at work and then start using out in the field or cutting. You know what I mean? I hope you guys enjoyed this one. My final parting thoughts are, they're nice to look at. I don't think they're very useful to use. But if you're into collecting for the showpiece, then this might be something you could look at. My big thing is, at least, unlike Knifebox, at least they don't advertise themselves to be a super tactical, useful knife. At least they tell you up front, hey, look at our knives, they're pretty, right? I respect a company that doesn't bullshit you, and these guys don't bullshit you. You get what you pay for, and, you know, they're honest. I've got a cool item that was sent to me by a viewer specifically to review for the next video coming up, and that'll be up in a day or so. We'll have a whole host of shout outs and some other cool stuff going on there. So until then, as always, I really appreciate you guys watching, that enjoy the channel, that understand me as a person. I'm an asshole, but I'm your kind of asshole. That's cool. So stay tuned, guys. New cool stuff coming up. I'll be back again real soon.